So if then the question is, how do I work at building better relationships with people? And specifically, again, you were asking, being a teacher, about being in class with pupils. What is it then that we could do to help with that? We could learn to give our undivided attention. Yes? And that's a really challenging thing for people to do, because this ego is there and it's jumping around and it's talking and it's wanting to butt in and it's wanting to say, because the ego, can be, and see whether anybody notices this, and it's kind of like, I'm more right than you. If you've ever had an argument with somebody.
Many times.
What was that argument about? I mean, it doesn't matter what it's about, but notice that your mind, your ego was saying, no, I'm right about this and you're wrong about this. And so you're wanting to make yourself more right than the other person. Does that make sense? Mm. And have you noticed how, well, I'll ask this as a question. Have you ever been in the midst of a heated debate or discussion or argument, however you want to phrase it, and you've suddenly realised that you're in the wrong? Anybody realise that?
Yes.
Yeah? And what did you do? Did you immediately say, oh my goodness gracious me, I've just realised that you're absolutely in the right, I'm absolutely in the wrong, I do apologise wholeheartedly and unreservedly? Did we say that?
No.
We just carried on, didn't we? I know that I'm in the wrong, but I'm going to carry on. I'm not going to back down.
Or I'll say, I don't hear no more about it. That's that. I'm done with the conversation, knowing damn well that I'm in the wrong.
In the wrong, yeah. So, no, but this is the thing, you see, that the ego cannot bear being wrong. It's kind of like death to the ego if it's wrong about something. Yes. So this is what we need to start paying attention to. And this is actually, I mean, it's a wonderful subject that you've brought up. So thank you, about building better relationships. But this subject about the ego and paying attention is much broader than that. Is that if you look at anything in your life that causes you stress or anger or whatever, again, we talk about it being the monkey mind, being unhappy or whatever, but it's actually the ego saying, no, I don't want this. Do you know who I am? Whatever it might be. So the ego has got some kind of story. And the ego's not happy. The ego doesn't want it to be like this. It wants it to be different, and it's demanding it to be different, and it thinks it knows best, and it thinks that this should be right. Yes? Mm-hmm. And we've all heard this. We've all known people who, wherever you work, for example, there'll always be somebody knowing how to run the business better than everybody else. Do you notice that the person that's always spouting this is never actually running the business? Yet they know how to do it better than the person that is running it. We notice this? This is what we do. But this is just the ego. Now, this is the way that everybody is. And some people's egos are bigger than others. And, depending on when you might be listening to this, I don't know what political climate might be, but we can see around the world these examples of extraordinary egos run amok. Yeah. So the key then is that we need to be being aware of when this is happening and starting to notice. And the way that we start to change this is through awareness. It's just starting to notice that you're in this conversation, or you're trying to interact with somebody, and you can feel this thing coming up, you can feel this reactivity coming up, or you can feel it coming up where you know that you're pushing into the conversation, you know that you're butting in instead of listening. And so we have to start paying attention to that. Yes? Does it make sense?
Mm-hmm.